Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And today, we're here with a saint by popular request. Or would it be popular request or would it be demand?
I just put viewer requested. I mean...
Anyways.
We didn't have a poll if every other viewer liked this saint. We just,
Popish Plot viewer, Purdy Do, has asked that we talk a little bit about Saint Rufus.
Now, here we encountered the fact that there are multiple Rufuses.
Yes.
The Rufusi.
Rufi?
Yes, so I went and made a list of all of them, going from least likely this is who they're talking about to most likely who they are talking about. So, we start off with one who's possibly a Welsh name, although I believe he's an Irish monk. So, someone else. All his many names.
All right, let me take a closer look at this one. Maelruba, also known as Maelrubai, Maelrupa, Malrubiba,
Or Rufus.
or Rufus.
So just lots of slightly variant spellings on the same theme.
Mm-hmm. Their feast day is April 20th or 21st and or August 27th.
They were an Irish monk who founded a community in Scotland and died in the year 722.
Our next Rufus was a martyr from Armenia. His feast day is on April 19th. He's mentioned in the Martyrology of Jerome, also known by the fancy pants name Martyrologium Hieronymianae. Because somehow Hieronymus and Jerome are the same name. It's a thing.
Also in the same martyrology was a Rufus in Companions who died on August 1st in
Tomi. Number 4th Rufus of the Rufusi has a feast day on, or actually is 2 martyrs, both of them named Rufus.
Bonus Rufus?
Their feast day is August 27th. They were also, one of them was also called Rufinus, and one who might have been a deacon.
Ooh. On September 25th, we celebrate several martyrs from Damascus, including a Rufus. That's all we know about that Rufus.
Yep. On November the 7th, we have Rufus of Metz, who might have been the bishop.
On November 28th is the feast day of a Roman martyr named Rufus, or Rufianus.
December 18th is the feast of Rufus and Zosimus, who were jailed with St. Ignatius of Antioch, and whose feasts are never celebrated, because by that point we're doing the O antiphons, and it's all about the coming of the Christ.
I mean, the information I could get was that they were martyred, and hey, this other famous guy was also martyred. So.
Oh, totally. Totally.
On November the 12th is the feast of a Rufus, who's thought to be the first bishop of Avignon.
Ooh.
And he might also actually be the same Rufus as the next Rufus we're going to talk about, which is probably the Rufus that they met.
So this Rufus, well, not technically number 10, because some of them were multiple Rufusi.
And he might be the same as number 9.
Yeah.
Yes, but entry number 10 on our list is the one whose feast day is November 21st. He is thought to have been the son of Simon of Cyrene, mentioned in the Gospel of Mark.
By some.
By
Not
some.
everyone agrees that he is.
Yeah, it's not a firm. He was definitely this guy. It was he could have been.
Earlier we were discussing that although in the New Testament every woman is named Mary, usually when they mention some guy, it's because hey, all you people probably know who we're talking about. So. So it makes sense that this Rufus that shows up later also is the same,
You guys all know Rufus. Oh, Rufus, of course.
Well, and he was a disciple of the apostles, and is likely to be the same Rufus who St. Paul greeted in the book of Romans.
The Rufus.
The Rufus. From that line in Romans, many think that he might have attended church in the house of Priscilla and Aquila, and that he and his mother might have visited Paul when he was in prison in Rome. And as mentioned above, he might have been a bishop.
Although most sources say Thebes, which makes more sense because,
Although Avignon is in southern France, clearly part of the Roman Empire at the time.
Yeah. And because this is a early saint, along with the feast day I believe already mentioned of the 21st of November.
Unless he's the same dude who also has the feast on November 12th.
Yes. In the Orthodox Church, he has a feast day on April 8th and November 10th, as well as January 4th with the 70 or 72 apostles from the book of Luke. And he's actually named in multiple of their hymns, which I've copied 2 of them, so...
So the first one of those hymns is apparently identified as the Troparion.
I believe that is the type of hymn.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like the style of music or when it's used. I didn't bother researching all that.
It's Greek to us.
Yes, quite literally. But,
Let us praise in hymns the sixfold choir of apostles, Herodian and Agabus, Rufus, Asyncritus, Phlegon, and Holy Hermes. They ever entreat the Trinity for our souls.
Of course, Agabus is a prophet in the book of Acts, and that's Hermes is probably the shepherd of Hermas, who wrote the Shepherd. And there's another to the tune of a Kontakion. You became the disciples of Christ and all holy apostles, O glorious Herodian, Agabus, and Rufus, Asyncritus, Phlegon, and Hermes. Ever entreat the Lord to grant forgiveness of transgressions to those who sing your praises.
So there you have it, Purdy Do. I think we've covered all the Rufusi, at least all the ones we can find. If by some chance you or another viewer happen to find a Rufus that we missed, please go down to the comments below and share information about them with us. And everybody else.
I was really trying to think of a way to add in a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure thing, but it didn't quite work.
Sure.
Well, while I don't have a whole lot of hope for him, at the same time we believe in a merciful God, and if it is at all possible,
pray for the repose of George Carlin's soul.
Yes,
he needs your prayers. Well, and of course, there's also a Rufus in Kevin Smith's film Dogma. And everyone involved in that needs prayers also.
Yeah.
So, it's very likely that this Rufus was quite well known in the early church, known to Paul, known to other people who are name-dropped, and, as so often happens, in a family of saints.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you know of other saints you need to know about, personages who are named in the Bible about whom you know nothing else, drop them in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel, give this episode a like, ring the church bell to be notified the next time we upload one of these saint-centric plots. And
until next time, remember to live your faith,
love your faith,
and
share that love.
Saints Rufusi,
pray for us. Rufus, Rufinus, all of y'all, pray for us.